Yes, peeps. What's happening? Welcome back to another episode on the finished articles. And today we're covering all things Sky Blues. As you can tell, I'm wearing the new jersey. And guess what? You know what? It's a brilliant day. City might have lost, but we've secured our promotion, secured our stay in the promotion in the championship. Let's bring our guests on board, boys. Let's see who we got on today. We've got Adam and we've got Rich. How's it going, guys? How's it going?
Yeah, mate.
Not bad, not bad. How you boys feeling?
Good, mate. Good.
Pretty good.
We're staying up now, aren't we? So that's the main thing.
Yeah. No, indeed. It was a roller coaster ride, I have to say. But you know what? I think we'd have all taken that at the start of the season. I mean, Rich is smiling. I haven't seen Rich smile this much in a while. He's actually done his hair. He's actually brushed his hair as well.
Yeah, sort of. I gave it a quick hand through it.
Nice. So let's get straight into it. So the first topic we got is Covs beating Stoke on a cold Wednesday night to make it through on the bounce. I mean, what do you guys make of the game? What are your thoughts?
Well, I watched it on Sky Redburn, and I have to say the commentator on that channel is very boring. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I much prefer listening to Oggy and Clive Eakin, to be honest. I know a lot of people don't, but
yeah, we're probably two unfancied teams, though, aren't we? You know, in his eyes, it's Coventry and Stoke, two teams that don't really excite, normally, and then we go and produce a 3-2 game like that. It was pretty good.
I mean, it was. I'll tell you what, they played. I know we weren't mathematically safe at that point, but they played like the pressure was off.
Exactly.
It was just a very open game. Well, first half was a very good performance by City. Wilson did pull off one great save in the first half, or at least one.
It was quality. That's one of the best saves I think in the Championship this season.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we got 1-0 ahead. A lovely finish by Walker. It was a lovely assist by O'Hare. Second half, we had a lot of defending to do, and again, but. We did concede 2, but we kept going and scored 2 good goals to win the game.
And we probably deserved it just.
Yeah, I'd say so. Based on the first half performance, definitely.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I thought from my perspective, I was really impressed with the way Wilson played. I mean, a world-class save to keep, not just at the start of the game, but he saved from Fletcher at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And they could have made it 3-3. So, I mean, top-notch to the guy. He put himself about. I love the fact that Tyler Walker got on the score sheet. I don't think he's had the best of run this season with injuries and stuff, but it'll be interesting to see how he gets on next season. And obviously, what can you say about Gokras' goal? I don't know whether it was poor defending or it was wonder strike, but you know what? I'll take that any day.
Well, when we first signed him, when we got him on loan, but I just looked at him, he's probably just a journeyman. Nothing special, but he has impressed me, to be fair, last few times.
Hasn't had many opportunities. I think that's the main issue with him. Look at Swansea. Swansea only ever used to bring him on as a sub. They rarely started him, and they didn't really rate him. But it's hard to really, get yourself going in the Championship if you're only coming off the bench. I think he's had a few starts, and he looks like he could be a handy player for us. If we can get him in on a permanent deal, I think I'd take him.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. I mean, what are you guys thinking? I mean, do you reckon that he'll come back in the summer? Robbins will go for him, or what's your thought?
I think he will. I think he will, but I think it all depends on the money.
It also
we don't know what he's earning, and obviously we're not going to have a massive kitty to offer players. We're going to have a limited amount. Cecil will set the bar where they are, and that'll be the maximum, regardless of who the player is.
We can get in. What other players become available?
Yeah, no, I heard from a report at the start of the season that Championship clubs start off with like 6 million, which was a lot more than we started up when we came up into the Championship. Yeah. But it just depends how CISO utilize that money going forward.
I think we're in a position where they will give Robbins the vast majority of that. I think they'll keep probably $1 million or so back. He'll probably have £5 million, and that's going to cover wages and players he can bring in. So, he's probably got 2.5-3 million to bring in players. Rest is going to go on wages. We might be able to snap up a free transfer. Yeah, he's just got a wheel and deal in this. He's got a really wheel and deal well.
I mean, for me, I like Leo Ostergaard. I think he's another one that's come on loan, and he's definitely shown his quality. I mean, loved his goal against Rotherham. Was definitely loved his flying kick celebration, as always. One of the memorable.
Looks good, don't it, when he does that?
obviously he was injured today. I thought, well, we haven't started talking about today's game yet, but I thought Michael Rose, who stepped in for him, played okay today as well. So plenty of options.
They've got to take their opportunities, though, these lads, when they come. Because I think Robbins, I think the jury's out with Robbins. I think he's trying to work out who he wants to keep for next season, and who's he going to get rid of.
He's got some tough decisions to make.
I
think there'll be a lot of players who have become heroes at this club for what they've done over the last 3 years, but you can't keep players on sentiment, and we'll probably see players leaving that have done a lot for the club, and we'll be sad to see go. But
at least one or two fans' favourites will be out the door in the summer. I think at least one or two.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, moving on, as you guys have touched upon, so I wanted to cover the Preston thoughts. I mean, the game, what did you guys think? I mean, I know Max had a chance at the start of the game, which I don't know whether you call it unlucky or he just got under the ball.
Matthew James had a good long-range effort too.
But I agree with what you said, Adam. We've got to take the chances because a lot of the times this season, I mean, against Nottingham Forest away is one that comes to mind. We had a couple of chances in that game.
Yeah.
We obviously didn't take them, and unfortunately in this league, they'll punish you.
Well, majority of this season, we've had to rely on Biamu up front by himself. And then the man behind him has usually been Callum O'Hare. And those two have been, in that aspect, have been disappointing for goals and assists. And the rest of the team haven't really chipped in either, behind them. That was when we were really struggling. As we started getting, Godden and Walker and obviously Victor came in, we started to look a little bit better. We had more options. And I think it allowed O'Hare to drop slightly deeper. And I think he's more effective in a slightly deeper position rather than having to play just off the striker. I don't think that suits him. And I don't think he likes playing in that role. I would have liked to have seen a few more goals and assists from him this season. That's the only thing that's let him down, I think. O'Hare, he would have been our player of the season if he'd had another 3 or 4 goals and a couple more assists. I think that's all that's lacking from his game.
I think for me, I absolutely agree with you. I think he's been a top-notch talent, but he's got to learn to become more consistent and take his chances. I mean, I'll be honest with you, on today's game, and I know me and Adam touched upon it just before we went live, but I think you're right, Adam. They looked like they were playing for the point. And for me, Preston didn't really do anything to trouble us. The penalty that we gave away was just a bit of clumsiness. Misjudging the ball. But Rich, what are your thoughts on today's game? What did you think?
I mean, I thought the first half, we did everything right. I mean, we didn't create loads, but we were getting it into the box. And second half, we seemed to tire a little bit. I think we just ran out of steam. And then the goal we conceded. So, I mean, Wilson was a little bit lucky to stay on the pitch. He was lucky that Hyam got behind him and stopped him being last man. But
they've changed that ruling now, though, haven't they? There is supposed to be that thing where if you give the penalty, you can't give the red card. But it hasn't been consistent. No, they've switched it back.
Yeah.
Well, he probably should have gone then.
But if he hadn't gone, we would have had to have brought a sub on, and then it would have been 2 more subs. We wouldn't have been able to bring on one of our last 2 subs. I mean, Bakker got on after. And
Bakker had that chance at the end of the game. I don't know. He was trying to pass to Walker. I reckon he should have just taken it himself. I
don't know how long's left on his contract, but I can't see him staying in the summer.
No, I think he's gone.
I think it's time.
Good to see Dabo back, getting a yellow card within a minute or 2 of coming on, or about 30 seconds of coming on.
Yeah, I couldn't call it. I thought that was a bit harsh. I thought they were just having a scuffle, mate. Let it go, mate.
Yeah.
But absolutely. But you know what? For all we've faced this season, I mean, you know what? Let's move on to the next one. So guess what, guys? It's the news you've been all been waiting for. Coventry City staying up. Now, results, I think, went in our favour. Derby lost. You know what? We have to thank for that. So what do you reckon, guys? First season back in the Championship.
This is what we wanted, wasn't it? So
right.
I think we would have all taken this nice couple of games to end the season with no pressure whatsoever. Now he can put a few of the youngsters on. We can actually see what they're about. I'd like to see him bring on Bapaga, give him a go at least as a sub. Give him a few more minutes. Let's see what this guy can do in the Championship. He's highly rated in the under-23s. Obviously, we've seen Eccles and Pask. I know they've got one of them's got an injury, haven't they?
More of them,
but. Let's give them a bit of game time. Even if we don't start them, let's at least give them half an hour, 30 minutes in the last 2 games, just see what they're about and, see if they can actually, offer us more than what some of the others, given us this season.
Yeah, guys, let me just bring up a comment from one of our viewers. So before I carry on, guys, please leave a like, subscribe and comment. As always, without your feedback and your support, we wouldn't be where we are today. Anyway, I've got a comment I want to bring up for you guys. So it's from our good friend, John Redfin. So he asked, what position can CCFC aspire to reach next season? I'm going to put it out to Rich first. Go for it, mate.
So that's a really tough question because obviously a lot depends on the budget, but he's overachieved this season, so no reason why he can't next season.
Absolutely.
I don't want to put a position on it. It's because I'll probably be way off.
I'd like to see his aim for the top half. I think 11th or 12th would be realistic, I think, with our budget. If we bring in the right players, I think we can get to 11th or 12th. I don't think we can go beyond that because I just don't think we have the wage budget to attract the players necessary.
I was after the Stoke game, like pretty much after the Barnsley game, I knew we were safe.
Yeah, we
were. It's only been confirmed today, but I must admit I was getting a bit carried away after the Stoke game, looking at the teams above us, thinking, can we win 3 out of 3 and sneak a top half finish?
Well, 60 points would have been fantastic, wouldn't it, if we won today? And,
it would have been absolutely crazy to have a season like we've done and coming 12th. But even
what's the highest we can still finish? I think we're still within a couple of points of
mathematically 13th, but I'm not sure when the goal difference is. And
yeah,
we're 6 points behind 13th. So, but I think I haven't looked at the table properly, but I'm guessing they've got a much better goal difference, whoever's there. So.
Yeah,
we're down. We're down to 19th again now. It doesn't matter. 21st, we would have took at the start of the season. So
we've got Huddersfield next, and they're below us, and then we've got Millwall last game of the season.
They're not safe yet, are they?
I don't think they are. I think Huddersfield are just about safe.
Mathematically, I mean.
Yeah, no, you might be right there. You might be right.
We know it's going to be out of Derby and.
I'd like Rotherham to win one of their games in hand just to really put the pressure on Derby.
Yeah, mate,
I think it'd be interesting. Aren't Derby playing Sheffield Wednesday last game of the season?
Got an idea they are. I mean, Wednesday are down now, them and Wickham, just like we predicted.
It's not been confirmed yet, but I think you're pretty much right that they're pretty much down, and it will depend on how they perform in the last couple of games.
Yeah.
I'm actually just checking the fixtures for the last game of the season, believe it or not. Let's have a look. So first, we'll look first. Okay, yes, so let's have a look. We've got here Sheffield Wednesday playing Derby. Yeah, you're right. 12:30, last game of the season. Oh, that'll be an interesting one for them. But anyway, guys, you know what? Adam said it rightly, and we have to bring this topic up. We are finally returning back to the Rico as a championship club. It's about time. It's been a while, hasn't it, guys?
Yeah, first time the city of Coventry has seen championship football since 11/012, so 10 years.
It's a long time. I think that walk up to the ground is going to be amazing. Yeah, on that first game back, I think it's going to be obviously, depending on COVID restrictions, I think we'll have the full capacity to have many fans who are allowed in, and it could be a sellout.
Yeah.
Depending on who we get, it'd be a nice opponent. If we get a nice opponent, someone who's going to bring 4,000 or 5,000 away fans, the atmosphere there's going to be amazing. I just hope it's not one of the teams that maybe come up with a small following.
Potentially the Cherry Tree and what other pubs around there, the Wheat Chief, they're all going to be very happy. COVID restrictions depending. I think the JK English is closed down now, though, hasn't it? And that used to get a lot of away fans in last time we were in Championship.
Yeah, I think it's turned into a restaurant.
They probably missed out. They probably lost out more than as much as anyone when we went down to League One because we didn't get the away followings. But wow, that's
I believe the Championship memberships have all sold out now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So all 8,000 of them sold out. I'm guessing everyone on here got theirs.
Yeah. I work Saturdays, but I'll be getting a hell of a lot of them off, so I'll just probably go to as many home games as I can get to. Obviously, Tuesday nights I'll be there for the midweek games. That'll be a guarantee because I'm off on Tuesdays. So and I'll try and get as many Saturdays off as possible. Swap whatever I have to make sure I'm there, but can't commit to it. So I don't want to spend the money on a season ticket. But more than likely, I'll be at most of them. The thing is, they're going to get more money out of me doing that, aren't they? If I do go to all 23, so
I'm relieved. I work 3 till 12 on a Saturday, so I weren't looking forward to having to finish work at 12 after a 9-hour shift and go to Birmingham, but. Won't be as bad now.
To get to the Rico. Yeah.
I'll get time to go home and have a cup of tea.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
pint, mate. You want to swap that cup of tea for a pint?
Yeah, pint as well.
Richie likes his chicken nuggets. His $20 of chicken nuggets pre-match ritual. He's gonna have to find the Mackie D's in town and go.
Well, it's Burger King near the Rico, isn't it?
Oh, that is true. That is true.
Nice to actually be able to walk to home games though, not have to catch a bus and a train.
Yeah.
But another mention. Congratulations to Hull City, as they got promoted today. I believe.
They're back with us.
So we'll be playing. That's an away. Well, I've got to stop getting ahead of myself about away days because I got excited for Bournemouth away this season. It didn't happen. And hotel booked.
Oh yeah, which one was it? Was it Bournemouth?
Yeah, booked it in August, and then
obviously everything.
So at the moment,
whether we're there or not, the City will be there, and we'll all be watching some way or another.
Yeah.
No, indeed, and I think Peterborough are up as well. Well, they're in second place, and then
haven't Lincoln got a game in hand? But isn't it like the goal difference is pretty much? I think Peterborough are virtually there anyway.
Yeah,
I think to be fair, I think they deserve it. I mean, I think they've got a great owner, and I think they've been there or thereabouts. And I genuinely think last season the run they were on, if COVID hadn't stopped football in League One, I think Peterborough would have made the playoffs.
Yep,
and possibly even overtaken Rotherham.
Weren't they in the playoff positions? But because the team
their owner was really mad that when the season got curtailed because
points per game, wasn't it? Dropped them down to 7.
I mean, he congratulated us, and he didn't have a problem with us being promoted. I think he just didn't like the way his own team.
Yeah,
in many ways it was because there was nothing to say. Was it Wickham would have won that game in hand?
Oh, I think Wickham would have fallen out of the playoffs. They were in free fall at the time. I think they were definitely the main, winners out of COVID and having the season cancelled. I don't think Wickham would have come up. Yeah. There would have been another team coming up. So,
yeah.
No, absolutely. That'd be interesting.
Sunderland could be joining us again next season. They draw with Everton today?
Yeah, they did. They did.
They're in playoffs, aren't they?
They're going to have to win the playoffs to do it, aren't they? Yeah. So.
Well, they've had a win at Wembley finally, so they'll have the mentality to go there.
Hopefully, that's their last one. I wouldn't mind seeing somebody else.
I wouldn't mind seeing them up myself.
We need season 3 of Sunderland till I die. That's what we want on Netflix.
Go on, bring us more.
Yes, when another episode where it shows us beating them.
Yeah.
But they do bring a big crowd to the Rico, so
that's one thing. Yeah. So they're well.
And we always beat them at home.
No, yeah, we do. We have a good record.
Wouldn't mind a Sunderland weekend away.
That'd be that. I can't believe we never went. None of us went to the 5-4.
All them years to Sunderland to watch the City and just to go for nights out, and we never bothered for that one. One of the best games probably we'll ever have.
All them years.
You know what? Since we brought it up, Adam, what's your favorite City away day? I know I asked Rich.
I would say when me and Rich went to Walsall. I think was it 5-1?
6-1, weren't it?
6-1. I think that was brilliant. That one for a league game. I think just the day out was just a laugh from start to finish. It was a great game, and possibly then Blackburn Rovers away.
We were all
in the cup when Adebayo, because Adebayo looked absolutely dead. Goal. About 30 seconds before he scored, I turned to my dad and said, "They've got to take him off. He's absolutely knackered." And then he picks the ball up on the halfway line and just goes.
We're average, but at his moments of world class.
Elliot Ward the Wembley finals are up there as well. The Wembley finals have got to be the top 2, but I'm trying to, outside of those two, those are 2 games that, I quite enjoyed the days out in them.
No, that's true. It's good. What about you, Rich?
Oof. I mean, the 2 Adams just mentioned, Notts County in the playoffs, an obvious one.
Yeah, the atmosphere for that must have been electric. I didn't get a ticket for that. I watched it on TV, but it sounded like it was electric that day.
I was watching it on the telly and it did sound mental. So,
Swansea in the checker trade. We didn't take many at that point. The cup run hadn't caught everyone's imagination. A lot of people didn't really get into it until we made the final, but because of the whole thing with the under-21 teams in it. But Swansea, I went through every emotion as a football fan you could that night. Like the absolute disappointment that in a season where we were getting relegated, they couldn't even give us a day out to Wembley. To ecstasy when Willis equalised, it was an own goal, wasn't it? To cheer.
We'll give it to Willis.
going crazy when we won the shootout. And then getting lost on the way home.
Oh dear. But you know, guys, I think we're going to end this stream by covering one last topic. And I think it's only appropriate that we bring this up. Big respect to Mark Robbins for what he's done. Literally, when Rich, I think he touched upon it. He took over when the season we got relegated, got us to took us to the final. Well, he didn't take us to the final. Yeah. He took over for the final. We won it.
Would we have won that game if Slade had been in charge?
No, I don't think so.
Great answer.
Not, to be fair, not the way we were playing in the league at the time. I don't think so.
No. You know, yeah, pretty worked wonders, especially in our League 2 season as well. That final.
That was the catalyst, wasn't it? You know, we had to win that. I think if we'd lost that, I don't think we'd be in the championship now.
It was. I said for years.
I still think we'd have got up eventually, but I don't think we would have got into the championship now as quick as we have done. I think that was a massive, massive factor in getting to where we are now.
I said for years the club needed a stepping stone. And the Checkatrade Trophy, not considered an important trophy in the wider footballing world, but to us it meant absolutely everything.
It was massive, because
it was the stepping stone. It ended the club's mentality of being that club that never achieved anything, never won anything. And then it's been all uphill since. And this staying up today, the greatest achievement so far.
Absolutely, I completely agree. I think considering that our budget, I think ourselves and Wickham had the lowest budget coming in, and we punched our way. And you know what? I think a lot of the games that we played this season, we played well. We were unlucky, or should we say we should have been built more clinical. But you know what? It's a stepping stone for next season. And be interesting to see how the guys get, especially since we're back at the Rico as well. That'd be fantastic as well for all the fans. But yeah, just so I'll end
St Andrews, though, I think we've only lost 6 out of 45 at St Andrews, including cup games.
Not a bad record, is it?
No.
Almost. I mean, if we'd avoided defeat today, it would have only been like 1 defeat every 9 games at St Andrews. So hopefully we can turn the Rico into a fortress in the same way.
It would be nice.
It will indeed.
It's not always been a happy hunting ground, the Rico, but we've had our moments there too.
No, we have. We just have to hope the pitch holds up for the whole season. That's what we've got to.
Yeah, but I think though when we were at the Rico, though, we had a lot of negativity. Both on the pitch and amongst the fans. It wasn't an enjoyable atmosphere going to games at the Rico Arena. It wasn't, because we were struggling as a club. We were basically going downhill, not rapidly as such, but we did go downhill very, very slowly. It was that slow decline, and I think it just ate away at the fans. And at times, when you were there amongst the fans, so much moaning and groaning, and just they'd always pick on 1 or 2 players in particular, even though they weren't actually doing that bad. They'd always pick 1 or 2.
If we hadn't taken the lead, if for 5 minutes we weren't 1-0 up, they'd be getting booed.
You know what? You're not far off wrong. And like there'd be that one player. I think when we had Jacob Murphy, for example, if he made 1 poor pass, there'd be a small group of people getting straight at his back and thinking, "Hang on, this is a young lad. He's coming here trying his hardest."
Fans have always had the whipping boys.
Yeah,
it was Julian Derby when I first started going.
Oh dear.
Taufel was a bit of a whipping boy for the supporters. I always thought he was a decent player, but the City fans are always on his case.
Yeah. It's always one. So I just hope when we return, we don't have that sort of negativity. Hopefully, it's all just positive. There's none of this see-through out nonsense. Because I think that they are going to back Robbins in the summer. I think as long as they're given money to spend, I think the fans will be all right. I don't think there'll be any of this see-through out. Even if we start struggling, because we might potentially be bottom 6, bottom 7, but.
Adam, on that point, I mean, I just have to say I actually agree with you. So I think, you know what, now that we've just had a season of the Championship, we've seen what the owners have done. We've brought in some good players. Yes, they might have been on loan or someone permanent. I think it'll be interesting just to back the lads, because yes, we've had a lot of negativity, but you've got to understand that we are on an upward trend, and these things do take time. We were always going to struggle in our first season back, considering how well we played last season in League One. I said this to Rich a while back, but we're effectively a League One side with a couple of Championship players like, say, Hamer, who's been a real star signing this season. I know I'm saying, but it'll be interesting to see how we invent. But you know what, guys? It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on board today. And until next time, Please tune in. Please leave a like, subscribe, and share this with all your friends and on your social. Without you guys, we wouldn't be where we're today. But until next time, take it easy.
Yeah, see you later.
Have a good night, guys.
See ya.